Good morning, Warriors.
Morning.
How we doing? Coach JB?
Kevin, anytime.
All right, so we got a lot of new people on board. So we go live every single day on our Facebook here. We go live on YouTube on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We have the Coach JB podcast. We got hundreds of YouTube videos. We're doing 2 a day. I don't know if I'll get 2 today, so I'm feeling a little under the weather, so I'm going to go hibernate and decompress and work through my mind to get through this little cold thing I got going on, this little nuisance, little bug I got going on. So first of all, I want to say I appreciate you guys, love you guys, but I want you to ask yourself a question. Why are you here? So why did you make that conscious choice? Why did 2,600 people make a conscious choice to move from TikTok, from one platform, through an email form, to come into this group? So ask yourself that question. I want you to write that down today, the why. Because why you're doing something is extremely, extremely, extremely important. I used to say this all the time in my speeches when I was an executive. I'd say if your why doesn't make you cry, you need to get a different why. If your why doesn't make you cry, you need to get a different why. If you ever have gone through our workouts or ever seen any live workouts, at the end I'll talk about Ho'oponopono. And what I always focus on is I hate poverty. I hate it. I hate it. It ruins families. People die because of poverty. People manipulate people that are impoverished. People take control over people that have poverty. And poverty breeds poverty. Negative breeds negative. And unfortunately, a lot of people in impoverished situations are pretty happy, but I don't believe anybody should be impoverished. I just don't. I think we have enough resources all over this world for everybody to be wealthy. But here's the problem, is that I think it's Jim Rohn that says this. If we took all the money in the world, we spread it across everybody and gave everybody $1 million, do you realize that all the money would end up in the same people's hands? Let me repeat that. If we spread money around to every single human being on this earth, and they all got $1 million. Everybody became millionaires. Do you realize all the money would end up in the exact same people's hands? Here's why. Because it doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter how much wealth you gain. It is an energy and vibration thing. That's what we teach in our academy. It's an energy and vibration thing. Everybody wants a portfolio. Everybody wants to know what to invest in. Everybody wants to know how to make the quick dollar. Everybody wants to know what job's going to make them the most money. But here's the problem. If you don't fix a subconscious mind and you don't have a strong enough why, when shit hits the fan, you're out. We are designed to give up very, very, very quickly, especially in our new society. We're designed to give up quickly. We're not designed to win. We're designed to back down. We're designed to back down. It's been programmed that way, Warriors. So I want to ask you why you're here. What is your why? Why did you make the move over here? And if your why doesn't make you cry, I would highly recommend you get a different why. Like when I think about my why and why we started this academy and what we've gone through to get to where we're at today, helping 211 people all over the world in 9 different countries now. What we went through to get here, if we didn't have a strong why, we would have given up years ago. Years ago. But we have said since day one, our job is to impact one person's life every single day. And when we get that one message that says, oh, you changed my life, and when we think we're not doing enough, we get that message because we can see and feel the impact that we're making through people. And that makes me emotional. When I see somebody finally click in their head that they have the exact same power that we do, that they have the power to control their subconscious mind, that they start changing their money habits, when they start working out, they start meditating, they start breathing, their kids start to see a change. When I see a single mom who goes from what you would see in the physical reality, a disastrous life, to an abundant life, to motivating other people, to changing their whole paradigm within a year, starting to build generational wealth because they made one paradigm decision. That's why we do this. And so I want to ask you a question. Why are you here? Why did you come here? What do you want for your life? And how bad do you really, really want it? How bad do you want it? Is it just kind of bad? I just want to be successful. I just want money in the bank. Because it doesn't matter if you have money in the bank. If you never lock in a good why and you never improve your subconscious mind around wealth, it's always going to go back to where it was. Your body craves what's called homeostasis. Homeostasis is a normal level. The normal level is your subconscious mind programming that's been developed since you were a young child. And so your body is going to try to pull you back into homeostasis over and over and over, and your mind's going to try to pull you back to that comfort level. So in order to create a new homeostasis, you have to create new neuroplasticity within your brain. In order to create new neuroplasticity within your brain, you have to change your why. You have to create emotion. And the motion needs to be strong enough when your body tries to pull you back to that homeostasis that you're going to fight, scratch, crawl to rewire the subconscious mind, the neuroplasticity to another level. So I'm going to ask you again, why are you here? What do you want for your life? And I want to position and help you understand where we're at right now. Do you realize that we are in the biggest shift in generational wealth? I know you heard this a million times, but hear me out. What you repeatedly say gets ingrained in your subconscious mind. What gets ingrained in your subconscious mind becomes an unconscious activity. You're going to start repeating these. You're going to start having a conversation, boom, you're going to say that. You're going to say we're in the fourth industrial revolution, quantum financial system. But do you realize that we're going through history? The stuff we used to read in history books, is most of it's bullshit, but the stuff that we read in history books, they're going to read about us in history books. What's happening right now? There hasn't been a new asset class since the 1600s. It's time for change. It's not a bad thing, warriors. It's not a bad thing. It's about your perception of what's happening. So is your why strong enough to get you through this? Through the food insecurity, through the job losses, through your family looking at you saying, hey, what are you going to do? If you're a single mom, you can do this. You can do this. You can rise. We have single moms in our academy kicking ass. And it doesn't mean everything's perfect. If you're a single dad kicking ass, maybe you're a couple and you're everything's falling apart. It's time to get together and rise right now, warriors. Because 20 years from now, you're going to be asking yourself, what was I doing during the biggest shift in generational wealth in history? I don't want to steal that. It's from Dan Pinion. He says, what are your kids going to say to you, your grandkids going to say to you? What did you do during the biggest shift in generational wealth? Nothing. Most people are going to do nothing. That's a fact. We have figured out the math. Out of 100 people, 10 people will activate. Out of 10 people, 1 will become the warrior. It's an exact math, warriors. If you have 11,000 followers on your YouTube, you'll make about $11,000 a month. It's an exact math. It's a 10% rule. And so if you know the game, you can't be played, warriors. But here's the thing, who makes it there? It's a small, small percentage. And I believe it's you because you made a conscious decision out of 400, almost 500,000 people to come here. You made a conscious decision to move here. And there's 6 people watching this right now. You're making a conscious decision to watch this video. So that means you have something inside of you. That means you are special. That means you want something more out of your life. So I'm just going to challenge you today, warriors. I'm going to challenge you today. I give more than 60 seconds on a TikTok video. I'm going to challenge you to dig deep. I'm going to challenge you to find purpose. I'm going to challenge you to thrive in the worst economic times in the world. I'm going to challenge you to not believe the goddamn narrative that everything's going to fall apart. It will only fall apart if you let it. But you can make choices right now, warriors, choices that will change your family's future and your life. And it's not going to be by watching the news. It's not going to be by sitting around hanging out with your buddies playing poker. It's not going to be hanging out with your girlfriends complaining about the C word and pandemic. It's going to be about taking care of your health, your mind, your immunity, and getting involved in the biggest shift in generational wealth. And learning how assets work, learning how stores of value work, learning how the human body works, how the human mind works, and learning how we programmed our subconscious mind for 15 years to be sitting where we're at today because you're just an accumulation of every thought, action, and behavior up to this point. And the beautiful thing about that is you can change that in an instant. So if you don't like your life, you don't like the finances situation, you don't like the relationship situation, you don't like your work situation, you have the power to change it. You can't tell me you don't. You can't tell me you don't. You have the power as an adult to change it, but it's scary, I know. It's really, 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 really scary because we lack faith in this society. God says, pray with discernment. People say, oh, please help me, Lord. Give me a car. Please help me. No, God says, hey, thank you, God, so much for the car that's coming my way. I'm so grateful. I love the leather seats. I love all that. He says, pray with discernment, or God, he, she, whatever. Says, pray with discernment. It's everywhere, warriors. It's you. So I'm just going to go back to it before I could go to a kid. Why are you here? How bad do you want it? And if your why doesn't make you cry, I highly recommend you get a different why. If you have kids, that needs to be your why. I'm breaking generational patterns. I'm the generational shifter. I'm going to be legendary. I'm okay saying that. I'm the top health and mindset coach in the world. I say it on my podcast every single day. What you believe in your heart, you think in your mind will eventually become your words and become your reality. Some people are like, how do you speak so? Because I study nonstop. Because I am the top health and mindset coach in the world. I believe in myself. There's no ranking that shows that. But in this mind, I'm the CEO and president of my own universe. And you can do the same thing. And here's the last tip for you, warriors. Stop giving a fuck what people think about you. Straight up. I know I'm being intense today. I told you guys I'm turning up the heat. I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to help people. I'm here to spark people. I'm here to get under your skin a little bit. I'm here to irritate you a little bit. I'm here to give you that little gentle nudge that you need. Because Warriors, the game is going to get really hard in the next 3 years. The way we operate, the way that you do your finances, the way that you interact with your spouse, partner, or loved one, the way that our kids go to school, it is going to change. And if you are not grounded in breathing and meditation and high intensity training in your finances, you are going to be following the system. So what's your why, Warriors? I want you to write it down today. Write the comment down below. What's your why? Why are you here? Is it your kids? Is it legacy? Is it just because you want to be rich? That's not good enough. That won't get you there, I promise you. Because even if you make a ton of money in the new bull run, you're going to lose it. That's why lottery winners, 85% of them go broke. That's why most of the NFL players go broke, because they never changed their subconscious mind programming. Their why was strong until they got it. And then once they got it, they stopped focusing on the why. So I told you guys, the heat's turning up, guys. There's no more time to play games. There's no more time to play games. I'm all about light, love, and positivity, but there is a time where you got to, like with my kids. At some point, I have a lot of fun with my kids, but at some point, it's like, all right, we got to take the gloves off. It's time. Because we are going to be legendary. You are going to be the uncommon 1%. And what is the uncommon 1%? It's not cars. It's not houses. It's bringing the money back to the people and showing people that freedom is here. Freedom is here. It doesn't matter if you have $1 million to make. You're rich here. That's the uncommon 1%. And when you find out you're rich here, when you get faith and you realize that abundance is available for all of you, it floods to you, Warriors. It's called the law of attraction. It actually works. And why people don't believe in it is because not knowing how to manage resistance. So what's your why?
And not giving it enough time, man. It's rough, dude. Like he said, it's really rough. It is. It's not for, and I mean, I guess there are maybe safer ways that you can go into it, like building while you're still at your job and stuff like that. But I don't know. I'm starting to dive into other people's stories and stuff like that. And sometimes when they do double dip, somehow their employer is like, we don't want you here anymore. It's weird. It's like you said, it's like somebody has a freaking bat that's just trying to hit you in the kneecaps. And you're like, whoa, dancing around trying to figure out, like, what the heck? How do I get away from this? Like, how do I succeed in this type of environment? This is so wild. But it's for us. I really, really believe that. I really believe it's for us. Everything that we've gone through in our lives, our own personal experiences, our own personal movies and views, it's for your legendary story, your personal story. You have the option to be the hero or just be a side character. And it's like, you gotta choose. You gotta choose one. Because if you don't, then I guess you're just one of the extras that just are walking past in somebody else's story or something like that. But really, really, really dive into yourself and try your best to put into practice these things that you learn. That literally changed the game for me. I was a motivation junkie. I was snatching every little motivational tape and video that I could get. And I realized that it would fade away so fast. And what I needed, I didn't know what I needed until I met Jay. And when I met Jay, I saw that I needed discipline. And I was super strongly opposed to it, man. But that's why I'm going to keep going over that, because that was the greatest thing that helped me. That was the single greatest thing that helped me was discipline over motivation. I think it's like that lady Mel Robbins. She says motivation is garbage, and now I get it. At first I didn't get it. I was like, what the heck? No, you need motivation. Like, oh no. It was like, no, that is because if you don't have the discipline to last through the storms, you gotta, like Jay said, you gotta be deep rooted like a tree, man. You gotta be so grounded in what you're doing this and why you're doing it that it nothing can shake you. I got this tree for Jay, man. You gotta be like this, dude. There's no coming out of this thing. You can't pull it out. You can't pull it out. I can knock on it, whatever. It's no coming out of that. There's no coming out of that. You have to be that deeply entrenched. And we were faced with that multiple times here. multiple times, like, you lost all your money. And it was like, Kev, I got a call. I was like, John was like, hey man, gotta let you go. And I was like, whoa, like, okay. And that is this moment, and you'll go through multiple moments of that. You'll go through multiple moments of that to where it's like, you still gonna do this? Are you still gonna do it? Are you gonna weather the storm? Do you really want it? Do you really believe? Do you really believe in what you want? And if you just really bunker down and bear through it, the abundance comes, man. And we never thought that this would be like this. We never thought that this would. We actually probably like forgot about it. To be honest with you, we just like, dude, we finna just do this because we really love doing it. Yeah. We really love talking to you guys and helping you guys and giving you tools. And we love when somebody says, man, thank you so much for the information that you gave us and all. We really, really thrive off of that. And when he let me go, I was just like, man, we gotta. There were people in the gym. I was like, we gotta figure something out for the people. Like, I'll just come back and work for free and we'll figure it out. And that was another one of the things that I had learned, where it was like, test God out that way, or test your abilities out that way. However you want to perceive it. Like, are you really believing and are you really going to have faith that you have the ability, that you possess the capabilities to make it through these things? And it's scary as it really is, man. It's really scary, man. You know, I can't speak for Jay, but I know I can speak for myself. When I came back, I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna make it here. John was giving me little gas cards and stuff, like, here, man, like, here's a little gas, here's $20 here and there, just so I can make it here. And that was all it was. It was just enough for me to get here. And then it was like, when I'm here, even though I'm not getting paid, am I still going to perform? Am I still gonna perform? And that's where it changes the game, man. If you can perform with nothing, that's when you're on a different level, man. And we started having fun. Just like, screw it. If it's gonna go, if the fat lady singing, then just, hey, let's go. Like, let it crash, whatever. We just start having fun, man. And people started coming, man.
And that was the thing that goes into what I talked about. What I say at the end, resistance, right? We let go of all resistance. So when I let Kev go, so just share with you what happened is the C word, the coronavirus, shut us down, right? So I just said but they shut us down, right? So we lost 78% of our revenue. We were crushing it. And we lost 78%. We're a gym. We had our Warrior Academy, we had private clients, online Warrior, and then we had our in-person. Our in-person was stacked, right? And so we were doing well, really well. So I let him go, and I was freaking sad. I was really sad. I'm like, damn. I went outside, I was like, God, this is yours. I'm done. Like, I'm done. This is yours. We're showing up. Kev shows up the next day. We start filming these videos. And next thing you know, he's like, dude, let's just film your life. Let's go. And then we just started filming each other. We just started having a blast, having a great time. Like, God, we're going to show up every day. We didn't get paid for 3 months. For 3 months, and we had a blast. And God's like, these guys really are intentional. This is really, truly for the people. It's not for monetary. It's not for, and lo and behold, and these angels come out of nowhere. They know who they are. They come out of nowhere. So marketing, everything. We got people that are doing the logos and like just angels. I mean, that's all you can call them is angels. That's what we call them. They're angels. And they come out of nowhere and they're helping us. And all of a sudden, it just worked. It just worked. And it seemed like it happened overnight, but it didn't work. It's not going to happen overnight for you. It's not going to happen in a week. It's not going to happen in 2 weeks. It's not going to happen in 3 weeks. It might not even happen in 3 years. It might not even happen in 5 years. It might take 10 years, warriors. Fucking don't give up. Don't give up. That's why your why has to be strong, because I got divorced through the process, man. I love Lynette. I love that woman. I like, people know, like, it was hard for me. It was hard because I lost somebody that I really, really, really loved. And I put her through a lot of stuff building this business. I was here every day, all day, and I never will stop doing that, right? I've also thought about that in my future. Like, this is what I want to do with the rest of my life. Whoever I'm with is going to have to accept that. And I'm not going to be around a lot. We are going to change the world. We're going to be traveling around the world or online or whatever the hell the C word will let us do. But we pick this life, right? And we're devoted to this life. So whatever you want to do, go all in, warriors. All in. So no resistance. No resistance. So
I love you guys.
And love you a lot. If you want to join the Warrior Academy, it's still 90%. We just kept it 90% off, guys. It's a good price point for people. You're talking like the value you're getting is unbelievable. But please, when you join, go through the process. Go. Don't just try to get the everything's gonna be there. My portfolio, all this stuff. Go through the process. Go through the subconscious mind programming. Go through the Warrior Academy. Actually devote your life to it. You will. It's not gonna take too much time out of your life. It will take a little bit out. But you cut out a little bit of social media, you're golden, man. It's all self-paced, and you're part of a community of warriors. Part of a Discord. You get a conference call. Like, get this thing is. It's all about customer service. That's our biggest goal. So if you want to join, it's 90% off. I posted it again. And yeah, I don't really know what else to say. We love you guys a lot. Genuinely, really love you guys a lot. And so we're going to meet you. And just so you guys know too, we're planning. We have another committee Thursday. We're planning an in-person seminar for May next year. God willing, whatever's happening with this whole pandemic, we're going to be doing an in-person seminar that will freaking blow your socks off. You'll walk out of here a changed human being. It's our You Must Believe Way of Life book. We take you through the process: forgiveness, goal setting, managing through dream killers, setting up a vision. Once you set up your vision, you're going to have to check in at the end of the year and represent back to the group around if you accomplish your goals or not. But please don't waste this opportunity for the biggest shift in generational wealth. Please don't be one of those people like we had many stories in the cryptocurrency world about people that are like, oh, dude, I heard about this stuff. And we're not talking about. I'm not saying you have to get into crypto. What I'm saying is, haven't you all heard those stories where like I had this opportunity? Somebody came to me and said, oh, invest in this company, Apple. We've heard tons of stories like that. It's like, guys, we're moving to the quantum financial system. If you want me to explain it to you, hit me up one off. It literally, you're not stopping the freight train, man. You're not stopping it. You can either get on it or you're just going to get crushed by it. You're going to have to rely on your government. So I ain't relying on nobody but Kevin. Thank God. Love you guys. Have a great day.
Love you guys.
Stay cool. Stay in school. Try to